Today we're making Old Bay crab macaroni salad. We start out with one 16-ounce box of macaroni noodles and cook them according to the package directions with one change. Rather than salting the water, we're adding Old Bay seasoning to the water. And that's going to infuse our macaroni with some of that Old Bay seasoning that goes so well with the blue crab. After your macaroni noodles have cooled, place them in a large bowl, and we're going to add lots of ingredients. We're using lots of pepper in this macaroni salad, and I'm using green bell pepper, orange bell pepper. I'm also adding 1 4-ounce jar of diced pimentos that I've drained. I used 2 small ribs of celery and chopped that, and that's about a half a cup. And I'm using green onion, so use whatever sort of onion you want, and I'm using 2 tablespoons. You could increase that to 4 tablespoons. And I'm adding a little kick to my salad with some jalapeno pepper. So I have 1 seeded and chopped jalapeno. They're very plentiful in my garden right now, and they add a nice zingy flavor and a nice little bit of crunch. Go ahead and add all of your peppers, celery, and onion.
I just love those colors together. Yellow peppers look great in this salad as well. And if you use red onion, that would add a little color also.
We're going to make our dressing in a small bowl. We're adding 1 cup of mayonnaise, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. I'm going to go ahead and mix the mayo and the vinegar because we're going to add some milk, and I don't want to curdle the milk instantly. We're adding 1/4 cup of milk. And I have 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley that I've chopped. So if you're using dried parsley, use half as much. And I'm adding 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder.
And let's blend this until our dressing is very smooth. I think this is plenty.
We're using 6 ounces of crab meat in our crab macaroni salad. I'm using what they call back fin crab meat. I have 6 ounces of fresh back fin crab meat. And if you're using fresh crab meat, you'll just want to pick through it for a little bit of cartilage that may have slipped through. Oh, and I found a piece. Even though this crab meat's normally picked under blue lights for any extra cartilage or crab shells, it's definitely worth your while to just slightly toss it through your fingers and feel for any other cartilage, because you don't want to bite down on that in your salad. I don't recommend using the jumbo lump for this. Jumbo lump's very expensive. I don't recommend using the jumbo lump because I like finer size pieces in this crab macaroni salad. And you can certainly use canned crab meat for this recipe. Now we just mix this all together.
I'm going to add some black pepper. We're going to toss in 1 teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning. Let's go ahead and add our crab meat. So I find it's best to use my fingers and go ahead and toss this crab and the rest of our pasta salad ingredients along with that Old Bay. And you might want to sample it. I don't add additional salt because the #1 ingredient in Old Bay seasoning is celery salt. You could skip the Old Bay and add a little bit of celery seed. Pour on the majority of our sauce. Let's add the rest of our dressing. I let this sit in the refrigerator for several hours and come back and taste it. And you may need to add a little more Old Bay. Sometimes I'll sprinkle a little celery seed on there. It does give some good flavor with that crab meat. Cover this and refrigerate it for at least 4 hours. I usually make it a day in advance.